Whale. Hello. You know, I'm sure people who I'm sure there must be some people out there who think that the only items I have in my wardrobe is this top and these pants because it's literally all I wear. But so I always get confused whenever I do live videos. It says that there's one person viewing, and I think it's myself, but it takes a few minutes before it says. But anyways, I just thought, fuck it. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Because of the light of the heater, it keeps changing colours. This is like wild. So I thought I'd just talk about life, I usually have like so much to say, so it's nice to sort of get it off my chest just by talking and being like authentic and things like that. So, how am I feeling? Like pretty raw on the inside, like here, like because I went through a breakup literally a couple of days ago. I think it was 3 or 4 days ago, I'm not sure. So, kind of shit, but that's just life, isn't it? Yeah. No one's joining this, so oh well. It was fun to try it. I've been listening to songs all day to sort of like get my emotions out. I'm trying to get my emotions out. I want to sort of deal with it because it's like a breakup, and I want to actually deal with it because I don't want it to be one of these things that gets like compressed down to the bottom of your soul. Well, not the bottom. The bottom is that stupid childhood trauma that is pretty much impossible to get to. Yeah, no, it can't get to the bottom. There's too much like stuff clogging the bottom. But it will sort of like start to drift down, but it's always a slow process, right? It just sort of drifts down because it's like you got the tank and just shook it up and there's just debris everywhere. But you just want it to drift down a bit till it gets to the bottom or near enough. Let's just say this is the bottom of shit. And this is just shit. Like this is the bottom of your soul. Do you know what? I'm so shit at explaining things. What I'm saying is I don't want because obviously it is traumatic. I mean, having a partner for 8 or 9 months, God knows how long, I don't know, like literally just a couple, like not that long after my ex, because I have a really bad habit of getting in relationships. I don't know if I dealt with my previous one. I think I did. There wasn't too much to deal with. I don't know. I don't really like to think too much about my previous one. He wasn't hard to get over. It's hard to want. It's not for me. But yeah, I don't want to just suppress it because a lot of people, not really myself, but a lot of people suppress this stuff. I think I used to. I do suppress things. Okay, here's the weird thing with me. I'm a very extreme person. I'm not good at maintaining stuff. I'm good at full on tackling things, but not maintaining. So when it's like everyday life, keeping on top of like mini traumatic events I have in everyday life, there's no such thing, but just mini things that go wrong. So like when someone's rude to you and stuff like that, I just sort of like put it down. I'm just like, put that on the pile, and it happens over and over and over. Different people, and you just sort of shove it down, and then I implode or explode. But I'm good at cleaning up the mess of relationships. I do think so. Like I was like prepared because I've been through a few breakups. I mean, with the person I just broke up with, This is the third time I'm actually leaving him. Each time was traumatic, plus all the times in between where I was crying and upset. So I've already dealt with like 70% of it, maybe even 80%, 75, between 75 and 80% I've dealt with, because there's been so much crying. This wasn't like a shock to me. The fact that we've ended, like, I mean, the first time I cried a lot, like, that was a shock to me. And then the second time, and I mean, now it's just like, I've sort of cried a lot and got a lot out. I think reality hitting is going to be hard, like, because I just want it to be over. I just want the pain to be over. I don't want to be thinking about it or obsessing about it anymore. I kind of just want to stop caring. But I don't think that can happen in a couple of days, not if I cared about him, which I did, which I do, sadly. I genuinely care about this person. I don't think that's sad because, I mean, after all, I was in a relationship with him. So I still care. It's weird. It's like, I thought it was a love-hate. But I realised it wasn't hate. It was just frustration. Just like, I hate saying this because it sounds needy, but I feel like my needs just weren't met, and it's frustration at that. All the times I tried and they just weren't met. So anyway, to just give him myself time to cry, to listen to music, to reflect, to ask all the questions I don't want to ask in the future. In the future, I don't want to be asking, why has he done this? Why did he do that? Why is he doing this? I don't want to ask that in the future. I want to ask that now. Not that, I mean, asking questions is just pointless, because the only way you can find an answer why people do stuff, I mean, you can guess, but I mean, the only way you can find an answer is if you ask them and they tell you themselves. But even then, people lie, and he lied quite a bit. So what can you do? Yeah, so I guess I realised today, I feel so drained. This whole thing has just drained me. I realised today that I need to be more upfront about my needs on a consistent basis. Like I said, I'm not good at anything consistent. I can tackle big things. I find I love challenges. Like, maybe I should just make this a challenge for myself. In fact, it is challenging. But yeah, like, I'd rather just, like, if it was an absolutely filthy house, I'd have a lot of pleasure in going in and just tackling it. But if it was only so and so, then it wouldn't feel worth it, because the reward is just not enough. What, to just tidy up a house is not really, where's the reward in that? Whereas completely fixing a house is very rewarding. So I don't know, like, I can tackle breakup, I think. Allow myself to be sad for that, allow myself to be slow to heal. I'm understanding with myself, but with the small things that happen in relationships, it's really hard for me to just talk up and say there's a problem, because I have this fear that if I say something, if I talk, then if I do that, no one's listening to me. Sorry, I just realised no one's listening to me, but oh well. I get scared that if I do talk, if I do say something, then people are going to leave. Or they're going to think, oh my gosh, she's nagging me, like, she's actually not worth it. She's more harm than good. Like, why would I want to be with her? That's sort of what I think. I don't know what's listening to me. So I tend to just not say anything. But then it has to come out at some point, and so when I break up, it all comes out. And that's why I can be so ruthless, because I just let it all out. But I know when it's a breakup that it's fine, we're breaking up, we're not going to see each other anymore. So then it's fine for me to get my emotions out and tell them all of the problems, but not before. Because before they could leave, and I don't want them to leave. But when I've had enough, because what I do is I just ask them, like, oh, could you stop? I don't like have a serious chat with them and say, right, you really need to stop this, otherwise I'm going to leave. I tend to just say, please stop. Or just hope that it will go away. Just hope it'll change. And then when it doesn't, I'm like, I'm out. But that's unhealthy. Talking about this alone is draining me. I'm actually bored of it. So, I need to get my shit together. Like, what am I doing? I've tried to tidy my room. When I got back from my parents, I tried to tidy up my room, but put 2 loads of washing on. I need to sort out one, but I'm just not doing it. Just listening to music and moping. I need to pick myself up, eat something, or drink something, sit on the couch and watch a movie. That's what I need to do. That is what I need to do. So anyways, thanks for listening, and yeah.